as well, but EGIdra's already halfway done, or more than halfway done for missile attacks level 2, so he's going to be a step above it again. But these, especially with the new patch, which increased, well, the somewhat new patch, that increased the infestor damage to, infestor damage by 30% to other, able to spot the changeling? Yep, able to take out the changeling. To armored targets, which of course roaches are, made them a lot more effective in ZvZs in these situations. Oop, he doesn't want the infestor to be taking the shots from that. And it looks like coLCatZ is just going to back out after losing a couple of roaches. And he's building up more forces, though. Is he going to go all the way home? He has a temporary attack advantage on EGIdra, and that's pretty much all he has right now. EGIdra's ahead in pretty much every other sense. He's got two more workers, which isn't the end of the world. But his upgrades are a step ahead. And his third is already up, whereas coLCatz's one was taken out second. EGIdra's was taken out while I was building, and so he lost more minerals there. So EGIdra's definitely ahead economically. And now he's got infestors too, so it's going to be an even battle there. So there's no tech advantage right now for coLCatZ. So coLCatzz is going to have a difficult time trying to recoup. Any damage, and actually EGIdra probably feels, I would say he probably feels so far ahead that he can get spore crawlers. He doesn't want to, if you don't get mutalisks right away and your opponent gets mutalisks, then and you don't attack them while they're building the mutalisks, then mutalisks are actually very effective against Zerg. They can control the middle of the area. Infestors can deal with them a little bit, but not really without EGIdra support. So Mutalisks can be a nice little, it's kind of like DTs and Protoss. If you get DTs and you are able to finish them and your opponent doesn't have any detection, you lose. Mutalisks are sort of similar in his ZvZ, and so he just wants to get spore crawlers to make sure he's safe in those sorts of situations. EGIdra's forces are moving out now. EGIdra actually did drop a Zergling there to go spot the army, but coLCatZ was able to spot it right away and take it out. CatZ, they're setting up a good concave, probably wants this infestor a little bit farther back. The Overseer is going to fly over the army, though, to be able to spot it. And the engagement should begin. Fungal growth. And we should see fungal growth on the other side as well. Roaches look so funny with fungal growth on them. Actually able to fungal growth the infestors. If he's able to take all those infestors out, that would be a great job from coLCatZ. Great job. EGIdra is now out of infestors. Now, EGIdra was able to get a lot of fungal growth off as well, so he might very well win. However, and then we see the infested Terrans actually able to spawn and give coLCatZ the advantage there. Great job on the part of coLCatZ, who's now switching into Hydralisks. Hydralisks are very effective in combination with roaches after you get to a certain point. After you get, maybe like 30, 40 roaches or so, you want a bunch of Hydralisks backing them up, as Hydralisks have longer range, especially when they get the range upgrade as well, which is why both players are getting Hydralisks right now. And of course, if someone goes mutas, you're going to need Hydralisks to protect your army. And of course, EGIdra can also take out the overlords that I said would be over the middle of the map. And coLCatZ should actually be moving these overlords away right now. I don't think EGIdra sees them, or he doesn't feel it's necessary to take those out, though. Able to pop that one as well. And actually, coLCatZ is now supply blocked, and it's going to be a while before he can actually build anything, as that overlord still has about 15 seconds left, and so he's got to wait a little bit. Meanwhile, EGIdra is just continuing to mac her up, and EGIdra might well be maxed very soon. EGIdra's a lot of resources. Look at that, 3,000 minerals. I'm actually kind of surprised that EGIdra, buried Zergling, just not quite. Oh, maybe he was buried after the burrowed rather after it went down. Meanwhile, EGIdra still doesn't actually have Burrow, which is very interesting to me because it's a very cost-effective upgrade for his roaches. All these roaches could be healed right now if he was able to get Burrow, which I imagine he'll be getting somewhat soon. He is super gas-starved, as you can see by the fact that he has so many more minerals than gas, which is the difficulty of playing a Zerg. Is that you can't. It becomes difficult at certain points to be able to spend all of your minerals, just because you can't just replace them with Zerglings. Like Terran can just build more barracks and build more Marines, but you can't just replace them with Zerglings because Zerglings come out of the same larva as every other unit. So all you can do is build macro hatcheries and then build Zerglings. But on the other hand, Zerglings are also not as effective as roaches or Hydras in this sort of army, and so they wouldn't do very much damage. Nice move here. He's probably gonna unburrow. I'm guessing fungal growth these drones. I don't think he'll infest a Terran, because if EGIdra sees the infested Terrans, maybe he will infest. Yeah, he is going to infest a Terran. Spawn them all at once, and actually able to take out the hatchery as well. And EGIdra did not see it, not able to withdraw the drones in time, and those drones are all dead, as well as that hatchery. There's no way EGIdra's going to get his army. Oh, actually, he might get his army here, and it's time to save it. He should be focus firing if he isn't right now. No, not able to save it, and EGIdra should actually back out right now because he doesn't want to lose any more units. These infested Terrans, not going to matter though. and EGIdra's actually going for a Hive Tech. Oh no, that was coLCatZ, I'm sorry, is going for Hive Tech. I don't believe, is that for upgrades? Oh, it could very well be for the next level of weapons upgrades. Nice damage there from the fungal growth in the middle. Meanwhile, it looks like coLCatZ just going to move in for an engagement here. He needs to be fungal growthing, though, with the infestors in the back, and the EGIdra's fungal growth seem like they're more effective here. Oh no! Unfortunately, the infestors got taken out trying to slide down, but the Hydras are dealing a lot of damage from the back rows, and actually, it looks like coLCatZ is going to come ahead of this engagement. Oh, wait, it's going to be very, 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 very close. That's why the infested Terrans ended up getting spawned. But reinforcements from EGIdra look like they're going to be able to take out the rest of coLCatz's army. And EGIdra's going to be able to clean up that little attack there. However, I think EGIdra's given up most of his advantages. He still is banking a lot more minerals, but coLCatZ has more gases, which, as I said before, is more important. And coLCatZ is going for a Spire and a Hive. I would say most likely that he's going for Broodlords with a Greater Spire coming up. If we see some Corruptors getting built, then that's what he's going for. Ignoring that Overlord, though, looks like coLCatZ is going to move in for another engagement. I think he knows that he's got an infestor advantage at this point. And actually, oh wow, EGIdra did not GG. He was not happy about losing that game. He knew he was ahead at one point, and that coLCatZ just took the advantage, and he saw the army that was coming to him. He saw how many infestors? 8 infestors. He saw 8 infestors coming towards him. He knew that he had 0 fungal growths amongst any of his infestors, and he had 25 energy minimum to get before he could actually fungal growth his opponent, and that these infestors were going to tear through his army and just take him out, and EGIdra decided to just get out of this game, and he didn't even GG. So I will say, I did say he is very courteous to players he thinks is good. He probably doesn't think coLCatZ is good. It might have been a long day after laddering or anything. I don't want to be too harsh on EGIdra. He can be mean, but he's very nice and courteous, and I've heard, there's lots of people that are really good friends with him. Most commentators and people that I've heard talk about him, I've never heard him described particularly negatively from anyone, but they might just be nice. I don't know. Yeah, he certainly was not happy about losing this game, and coLCatZ did prove the victor. And this is a really good game for these two players. Hopefully I'll be casting more EGIdra in the future, as people do apparently like to see that a lot. And I love watching EGIdra too, as I said. And so this is P2-2.00.avi signing off.